Greetings, Barbara E. Ringrose, and you've landed on the episode number 5 of Optimize Her 2. That's number 2 on YouTube on October 21st, 2025. I'm Barbara E. Ringrose, and with co-creator LaQuincia Nichols, we're here today to give you some action-packed information and showcasing our guest, Holliday. And I know you've heard that name before, and maybe Holliday can deliver a little bit about that. But we want to set the right expectations because this is going to be about 30 to 45 minutes long. It's all about you ladies, and we're providing information for you to either empower you, educate you, or elevate you. So sit back. You're going to hear from 3 inspiring female founders of their own business who have mastered the art of balancing their business empire with their personal well-being, or so we think. Optimize Her 2 will be aired on YouTube on the first and third Tuesday each month to educate, elevate, and empower you. Remember those words. That's what it's all about. Also, I want to tell you, LH2 is a podcast for informational and entertainment purposes only. Views are expressed are those of both Quincy and myself, co-creators, and our guests, and may not constitute professional advice. Our opinions and facts, however, are based on our personal and professional experiences, and they're not guaranteed for you. We make no representations or warranties regarding the accuracy, completeness, or applicability of the content. And with all of that, we want to, again, invite you for coming here to Optimize Her 2 on YouTube. Barbara E. Ringrose, I'm the founder of Wow Women Optimizing Women. You can see my website at wowwomenus.com. And I'd like to introduce you to Quincy, my co-creator here at
Hey,
Optimize
everyone.
Her 2.
I'm so excited to be back for episode 5 here at the Optimize Her 2 podcast. And as some of you may know, but if you don't know, I am the founder of experience-coaching.com and the Spark Framework, where I really help women lean into tough conversations they may be avoiding and leverage those for opportunity and growth in their business and in their personal life. I'm really excited about our episode today because, as you know, our podcast is really focused on ambitious women entrepreneurs and professionals who are seeking to build successful businesses while prioritizing their mental health, physical, and emotional health. And I think we have someone who is really good at balancing all of that with us today. We have Holliday. She is a designer, a marketing strategist, and the founder of Holliday Creative Marketing, where she help women entrepreneurs transform their websites into 24-hour sales machines that connect, convert, and keep business flowing so they can actually step away and enjoy a little breathing room. And I know we all want some of that. A mom, a community leader, and a business owner, Holly is passionate about helping women juggle it all, kids, clients, and the chaos, while building brands that stand out and sell in today's fast-paced, one-click nation. Holly, welcome to the Optimize Her 2 podcast, and I'm so excited to hear all about this one-click nation that we're living in.
Hey, Holly.
Hi, I'm so grateful to be here. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Thank you. So, this podcast is for women, right? We're women, and we're looking at women of all ages to come and join us, Holly.
Mm-hmm.
And your topic, I think, will reach every woman, whether they are business owners, founders like ourselves, or women who maybe stay-at-home moms, or women in a career. And I think most of us women are like ambitious. We want to be professional. We want to find like-minded women. We want to build successful businesses. And as Quincy said, we want to, at the same time, prioritize our mental, physical, and emotional health. And it sounds like you are the epitome of all of that. So talk to us about One Click Nation.
I don't know about that, but I'll say I am. So the One Click Nation is what we're living in. As you know, people are on their phones. They're on TikTok. They're on TikTok. They're on TikTok because TikTok is so addictive. And people, the younger generation it used to be that you would get on a website or something and you had like 30 seconds, 90 seconds, but it has gone down to 7 seconds. And now it is 3. So that's 1 100, 2 100, 3 100. and then people are gone if they don't see what they want. So, we all, I know, I can be on my phone a lot, and, it's not something I'm proud of all the time, but, you get sucked into it, and we're just used to it. And so we're being reconditioned, I feel like, with where we're living, in this time of, it's like everything's electronic. Everyone is forced on their screens. The kids, like I have a son who's 19, and he was the COVID son.
Oof.
That was 8th grade and 9th grade. He was a COVID, and it is different. I mean, it changed those kids. And they are constantly I mean, it's reprogrammed their brain. So
Wow.
people are really coming up, and we're having to adapt.
So it's a shame in a way because I remember when I was in college in 1999, we were talking about the average college student in lecture or study had a 20-minute attention span. And
Yep.
at that time, I want to say school kids, preschoolers were like more in that couple minute range. But now it's gotten down to seconds, which is really sad that our
Yep.
attention span, because of technology, which we thought was going to do
Mhm.
these amazing things, has really
Oh,
done something to our mental well-being, hasn't it?
yes. And also, I mean, as women, because that's who we're talking to, we're overachievers. We try to do everything ourselves. We don't like to ask for help. And so we are like running around crazy, and
Mhm.
because everything's gotten so fast, and we feel like we have to keep up, and we're not taking care of ourselves. As business owners, we're juggling a million different things. And I'll talk about that later, because I want to help. That's one of the things I want to help is take something off of our business owners. But yeah, it's just women, we're super Wonder Woman, Superwoman. The What we do is amazing. And I think we all know that. And I can say it. Some people don't like to, but
It is amazing, but oftentimes too, when we're trying to do so much, and I know for me in my business with women, it's also about learning what we need to prioritize, right? And where
yeah,
delegating can help empower you to do more of the right things and not drowning yourself or bogging yourself down, slowing yourself down, trying to do
yes, it is.
everything, right?
And delegating, my God, delegating, it is so hard for me. And I know it's hard for a lot of women too.
Yeah, yeah.
So you only have 3 seconds to grab somebody's attention.
Hmm.
I'm shocked
No
by
wonder
that.
people are having problems dating.
Say that
Right.
again.
If you only have 3 seconds and a lot of people are doing these dating apps, no wonder they have so much problems dating and finding somebody.
I know. Well, in my town, they have, yeah, in my town, they have something called speed dating.
Okay.
I mean, they
Yeah.
sit and they have like, I don't even know how many times, but they're constantly like moving. And I'm just like, oh my God, I could not. I mean, who could figure that out so quick? So,
Well,
So
I
how
think
does your website we talked about women and being hard working people, we're
mhm,
overachievers, we want to do it all, we're 360, right?
right.
So talking about bringing coming back to the website, um who's the hardest working employee in this situation?
You mean who's the viewer? Who's the hardworking viewer?
No, is it your website that's
Uh, oh, yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. People need to remember that it is a 24-hour billboard for you, and you need to make it work so that you don't have to work 24 hours. And we aren't going to work 24 hours. I mean,
you
maybe
can't.
on one or two deadlines a year. But yeah, we have to like really put everything in perspective and put everything into our website so it's speaking to the person that our ideal client is. And it's talking about what we do. Videos are great also. And so that you don't have to make all those calls and explain yourself. You can say, go to my website. Or, someone asks go to my website, and you have to be clear and concise on your website of what you do. The realize the pain points of what you're going to solve for your client. And it's got to be very clear, and it's hard to figure that out because you don't have, you got to do a great headline. And for me, it's also the visual. It's got to grab your attention. And once you grab that, then it helps them stay because they're saying, oh, this is me. What do you know?
Holly, I think for me, and especially like the 3 seconds that we have to capture attention, and
Mhm.
the fact that we live in such an app-based world, right? There's almost
Yes.
an app for everything at this point. When you're
Mhm.
talking with your clients, do you ever find yourself having that conversation of highlighting the pros and cons between even having a website versus just having a social media presence? And can you maybe talk about what are maybe some of the pros and cons from your perspective as a marketing strategist?
So one thing to make sure, and a lot of people don't do this, is make sure your website is mobile friendly because most people are going on their phone and they're looking at you. The
Yeah.
point we wish as marketers that they would do their computer all the time and you can see the big pictures but it's really, people buy on their phone, Amazon, everything. So you talked about social media versus websites.
Mhm.
I do social media for my clients, but I tell them that it's something that we have to do, but you really don't know how many people you're going to reach and who's going to look at it again. And it really, I mean, sometimes your posts can get 100 people, sometimes it can get 1,200 people, sometimes it get 3 people. And, I have a lot of friends on my Facebook and I post and I'm just like, what is going on? It's like no one's seeing this. So Facebook is just really unpredictable. And so we have to do it, but I don't think it's a good ROI for anyone. And Instagram is better because of the demographic that it's that one click nation again. It's like they
Mhm.
want to see the image, they want to see this and scroll. And then TikTok. And I've not gotten into TikTok, but I will hire someone to do TikTok because it's a whole nother beast. And I have to hire someone young and that has energy, but I just haven't been doing TikTok. I'm not ready to jump into that, but it's important. It's becoming more important all the day. So the answer to your question is you need both. You totally need both. And most people, they'll Google you or they'll Google, um, business, lawyer near me. And
Mhm.
so it will pull up your it will pull up lawyers and then you'll click on one and it will pull up the Google business page. So that's one. And I call that a website, which is very, very, very important. And then you've got your website that people are going to hit on. And then the social media. So it's kind of like a whole package because
Yeah.
you never know when you're going to hit the right person. And you need to do multiple posts about the same thing because you don't know who's going to be watching at 6 o'clock and who's going to be watching at 3 o'clock. I mean, it's really, you're shooting in the air, but
It feels like it's part of the game at this point,
it is
right? Of just
exactly.
keeping and playing and feeding the algorithm. I hear what you say too.
It's
I tried to get into TikTok. I tried to be that cool, and I realized very quickly that I was not. Um,
me
even
too.
even from just like how to search on there, and then you can get down a rabbit hole. Like
Yeah.
YouTube has always been my preferred sort of
Yes.
like social media and the way I consume it, but
Yes.
TikTok is like
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
algorithm is so refined, like you
Yeah.
cannot beat it. It's
Yeah.
unstoppable.
No, no. And I haven't even gotten on TikTok because I don't want to be sucked in. My husband is, and he just sits there the whole night, laughing
Mhm.
and just like, I don't, I don't do
Yeah.
that. But you mentioned YouTube. YouTube is another really powerful platform that you need to be on and you need to post or you need to do videos. I mean, like this, I'll put it on my YouTube channel. You need to make sure you do a description because YouTube is owned by
Google, I think.
Facebook, right? Yeah.
Google.
Yeah, yeah. So I always get mixed up if it's Facebook or Google, but it's Google. So, and that's going to help your ranking is so your Google business page, and your YouTube, they need to be living and breathing. And it helps. So when the little arms go out from all of the search engines that you want them to grab you. So that's just a little marketing 101.
I
Thank you.
wanted to mention something here that's pertains to OH2, Optimize Her 2, where you all are tuning in here right now. The interesting thing is those algorithms, like you said, the comments that our guests, our visitors, our viewers post on the YouTube platform really help boost us. And that's what they're
Yes.
talking about. If
Yeah.
you go and look at the videos, you can see how many people have viewed it. You can go in to the shorts that we do, the clips from each one of our episodes. So, for examples, take the time to go ahead and look at that and see what we've done. We were told in the beginning that we probably wouldn't get any viewers for quite some time. We're in excess of 5,000 now
Oh,
in
that's
less
really
than
great.
2 months.
That's
And I think it's
amazing.
really important that use what we're doing here. I always say educate, elevate, and empower here at Optimize Her Too. Use what we're doing as a teaching, not just Holly and Quincy and myself, but use our location on YouTube to set the barometer and maybe look at how we've done things, and you'll understand how to do a YouTube video a little bit. I'm not going to teach you that and so forth. It's a lot of work to do it. Somebody like Holly perhaps could help you with that. That's not what I do at Wow. But I want women entrepreneurs know, even though that TikTok may not be your game, that there are other things you can do, like doing reels, and
Hmm.
you can do 30-second and 60-second clips and put it out there on YouTube. The key, though, however, is consistency. Would you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and I'm so impressed that you've got 5,000 viewers on YouTube, because YouTube it's tough. It is tough. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank
And
Oh, thank you.
another platform that is a silent sleeper is Pinterest.
you. Hmm.
So I can't remember her name. Her name is Kate. Reach out to me and I'll tell you. But she is the Pinterest queen, and she markets a lot of people I know. And it is amazing. It's a search engine, and people go on there. It's not just making boards and making pretty. It's like people are buying off Pinterest,
Yeah.
and it's just it's just going gangbusters. I've not gone there. I put stuff on it, and that's really about consistency.
Right. I
But,
was going to say that's right. That
Yeah.
comes in
and
the
it's about getting the right person to do and to do. So I'll go back to, because this is for women and we try to do everything ourselves. And this is very hard for me, I have to admit, is delegating. But what I love to do is I love to come in and partner with women who are juggling so many things in their businesses. So they're doing, the marketing, they're doing the talking to their clients, they're doing the accounting, they're doing going to get lunch for people, they're going to meet people, they're going to networking groups. And we just don't have time for everything. And we need to ask for help. And so that's one of my missions, is I like to really come in and partner and say, hey, let me help you. Let me do your marketing. Let me do your social. Let me do just anything so that it will give you a little breath. And also, when women are starting businesses, they're usually doing it themselves again, and they're
Correct.
doing a website. They have no idea what they're doing. They're putting stuff up there, and it's great just to get something up there. It's better to be up there than not be up there, but it's not converting. And they'll, usually admit when they come to me that it's like, I just tried to get something up. And I will give an example, a story. I have a lawyer that came to me, and he was opening a practice, and he said, Holly, will you just do my website? I have been spending like up until 1 and 2 in the morning trying to figure out how to do a website. And it is sucked. So it's weeks and weeks and weeks. He's like, I finally realized I need to be out there selling to my clients.
Yeah.
right.
And I think we forget that, especially as women, because we want to do everything. So, just just reach out, and it's going to be the best investment. And and sometimes it's just those little things, like just take this one little thing, and it's amazing how we feel like a breath.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's that mindset sometimes where you hear about, are you working in or are you working on your business? And a
yep.
lot of us like to get distracted by some of these tasks because
Mm.
maybe that allows for you not to have to lean into some of those other areas of your business where it's not the sexy work, right? It's not the thing that you really
Yeah.
want to do. And I hear you in regards to delegating. It's one of those things that you have to really sort of measure when is that right time for you to start outsourcing some of those
Mhm.
services, whether it is a VA, whether it is having a marketing partner, because you
Mhm.
cannot do it all and do it all at 100%. And
Mhm.
I think that's where a lot of women find themselves in overwhelm, right?
Right.
And then at that point, you start to become resentful. You feel a little handcuffed by this business that you created that you really wanted to have for time freedom, financial freedom, and all the things.
Yeah.
But it's opposite all of that, right? Because now you're working what do they say? You leave your 9 to 5 to work 24/7 in your entrepreneurial business?
Oh, yes. And women, we work 48 hours in 24 hours time.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we
And
do.
that's important. And I mentioned this in another episode. It's really important to understand your budget, what your financial
Mhm.
means are. Okay. And it's also important for you to understand your calendar, whether it's, you're using technology or the
Mhm.
bar method, which is I have a paper calendar. It lays open all the time on my desk. I take it when I need to and I feel it's appropriate. But I want to let women know they can see us on YouTube, and Quincy and I are also uploading our podcast, like you mentioned here, Holly. We're doing it on our different social media platforms. We're doing the short clips, and other ladies, they can follow suit. Remember the consistency. And we really want you ladies that are following us here to take a look at our podcast. Even from the very first one we did on August 19th, comment what you thought about what we did.
That was wonderful.
If there's a suggestion for a topic you might
Mhm.
want us to cover, we're here to do that. We want to make sure that we're including as many different topics that
Mhm.
we want to know about and we want to learn from each other. And that's what we do at Optimize Her Too, wowwomenus.com and experiencecoaching.com, as well as Holly and her business here today, which she's speaking about, and websites in
Let me
particular.
say one last thing, or one more thing, is
Sure.
that, this podcast is reaching out to our tribe.
Yeah.
And I believe that I get like emotional when I talk about this because it's so important for women to have their tribe. It's so important for us to stick together, find the people that are just, you just light up when you see them. I've got business tribe, I've got personal tribe, I've got some that men, because you can't do it yourself, but women will carry you. They will be there. I have the most amazing business tribe, and we're just there for each other. And, I'm on a 6 a.m. call every morning, and there we do our wins from yesterday and what we're going to do today to make money
There you go.
and to
Great,
go forward.
great
And it's the
thing.
most empowering thing I've ever done. And thank God I'm a morning person. So, and the person that's putting it on is 5 o'clock. So we're dedicated, but it all goes back to find the tribe, reach out to Barbara, reach out to Quincy, reach out to me, and we're all there for you. And that's what I think this podcast is about, and what WOW is about, and what experience coaching is about.
And that's important too to understand. And I've recently have been communicating. Yesterday, I was at our local county here in Maryland, Carroll County, our fourth annual women's conference. And I think it's important to understand that men are really important, equally as important as women. We just chose because we want to uplift each other and really focus on women. However, on
Right.
I believe it's December 2nd, we are having a panel of men join us, three gentlemen from both our experiences, Quincy and I, in networking groups and people that we've met along the way. So we want everyone to know we've got to work together as a team.
Yes.
But we feel like women have so many particular situations, like you spoke about early on. raising the kids, the chaos with your schedule and trying to work and trying to do a household and trying to be everything
Mhm.
360 and do business or a career, that we feel like we need to focus on just us. Not that we want
Right.
to exclude the gentlemen. And I want everyone to understand that we think all of you men are important for
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
We
we do.
you're
Right.
watching as well.
Yeah.
You're a wonderful special.
Yeah, and
But
we support each other so that we can be there for men.
Right.
yes,
Right.
yeah,
I think I'm excited for our men's panel too, because I think they just bring a different dynamic to the conversation. I think oftentimes, in those partnerships and when you're looking at it sort of across the gender lines, you get to see some blind spots, right? And we are
mhm,
excited to open up that line of communication to learn how do we better support each other. And I think there's been
Mhm.
just so much breakdown here lately on, this versus that, better or worse. And it's not about that. It's about truly collaborating in a way
Right.
that empowers us all to really get the results that we're looking for.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I really like that. I went to see a woman's bed and breakfast. I met her when we were at the women's conference yesterday, and we're sitting in a class. It was called Bold Leadership. Well, it's kind of like soft leadership. You ladies and I are bold people, right?
Mhm.
But it was quite structured, and there were some good processes that we do and interacted as a group and so forth. But during part 2 of 2, sits this lady next to me from Annapolis, didn't know where she was until today, but she hands me a little note. She passes me a little note like little girls do and giggle in elementary school, and it's like the name of a book, and it is the author. And I look over at her and I'm like, who in the heck is she? So we then start doing notes back and forth while the instructor during the session during the women's conference, come to find out she has a bed and breakfast. It is right here in New Windsor, little town here. And I'm going to be talking more about her. I'm not going to unveil that just yet because I know she's going to want to do that with me. But the importance of women empowering women and what that conference was and what we're doing here is a lot of topics men can't relate to because they don't do what we do or the way
Yeah.
that we do or handle the stuff that we do. And their brains really don't think the
We
way we
speak
Yeah.
do.
2 different languages, and
Right.
it's true. And it's
And I,
not anything bad, it's just that's
Different.
it
we're
is.
wired differently.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's important to note that that's why I chose Women Optimizing Women to
Mhm.
start a group thing years ago to bring women together. It was over 13 years ago, and it's still going in that same vein. And Quincy and Holly, I hear you saying some of the same stuff. That's our choice. That's our niche, if you
Yeah.
will. We
Mhm.
interact with men, of course, and so forth. But I have a question here for you. You have got to tell me, who is this character, Holly Holiday?
Well, I wasn't on Glee. So there Gwyneth Paltrow played me on Glee. That was a funny days when that happened. Everyone was calling me. It was hilarious. So, but I'm just talking about my name first because everyone says, "Is that your real name?" Yes, it's my real name. My mother's best friend's maiden name was Holly. Her daughter was Holly. Her daughter was best friends with my brother, and so Holly Holiday is totally my name. Um, but so you asked who is Holly Holiday?
Right.
Mhm.
The other Holly
Yes,
Holiday.
the other Holly. I mean, I really wanna help people. My mission is MAD, make a difference,
I love that.
my business. That altruistic altruism, when I learned that word in my early 20s, it just changed my life. I was like, "What is that word?" And it's about giving it back. It's about helping people. And as much as I can, if I can help my client make a difference in their world, like if they're have a winery, they want their customer to have an experience and their wine. So I'm helping them have the marketing, have the design to get that to their customer to make them feel good. So it's not just personal, it's in everything. So, and I love having my business. I love my business groups. I have some of the greatest laughs I ever in those groups. And I love to laugh. I love to have fun. And I love being a mother and a wife. And my boys are everything to me and they keep me in line.
Well,
So I
that's a
love that.
lot. That's a lot in your cap there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Holly
Yes, thank
Holliday.
you.
I think people, if they want to go to your website, they're looking at Holliday Creative Marketing. Is that where they're going to?
2 L's.
Holly, not
Yeah.
the other would be Holy. Or
Yeah. Well, not
Holliday.
Holiday. So HOLLIDAY.
Both double L's. And Quincy, as always, thank you so much. Our next episode 5 is going to air on Tuesday, November 4th at 7 p.m. with yet another amazing woman and amazing views to educate, elevate, and empower you on OH2. So please, 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 what do we say, Quincy?
Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Don't be selfish about us. Send us to your group chat, repost us on your page, share our clips, do all the things, because we are here to have this grow as not only an amazing community of women, but also we love to laugh. We like to have a good time. We're talking business, but we're not taking it so serious. So come with us to have a good time.
Thank you all again.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you ladies so much. And thank you. This will be another amazing, our number 5 episode here at Optimize Her 2. So thank you again and stay well.